Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Let's start off with Bill and his proposal to Sheila. I had a feeling this was partly going to happen. That Bill was going to push and push and push. And to some extent, I felt like he probably pushed a little bit too hard. But also, Sheila just can't believe that somebody could sit there and love her, given the type of woman that she is. Given the type of woman that she is, she just can't believe that somebody could just sit there. This whole thing has been somewhat of a whirlwind for her. She's not in jail anymore. She's living it up, and she's with somebody who loves her and now is proposing to her. So she's like, listen, I need a minute. But there's another reason. There's another reason why she's not accepting this proposal. Deacon. Deacon was sitting there talking to that guy that I can't remember what his name is. That just does not seem really that important. Talking about Brooke and everything like that, but he's still sitting there thinking about because that guy who I can't remember his name is like, so what about you and your love life? And of course he's sitting there thinking about Sheila. Sheila comes to the house and Sheila's sitting there telling Deacon that Bill proposed to her. So now he just has this worried look on his face, this shock but also worried look on his face because he fell for her. Despite everything that she's done, the type of person that she is, he fell hard for her. Now, again, I've been sitting there making this joke about, latent Stockholm syndrome. Maybe that might have something to do with it. Whatever it is, he still loves a woman, and I know he's going to sit there and make a play to try to keep her or whatever, because they can't be sitting there knocking boots like that when she's married, you know? Um, Ridge is upset. Ridge is like, oh, you didn't try hard enough. I was like, bro, listen, if you tried any harder, because there was one point where she started to get kind of sus of the whole thing, like, so what's the catch? Like, where's the prenup at? Where you talk to your lawyers, right? So, like, what do I have to sit there and sign? So Ridge sitting there saying, oh, you didn't try hard enough. I was like, bro, the whole time I was sitting there watching, I was like, bro, you might want to just dial it back a notch. I get that Bill wants to sit there and just get this done. But I'm like, bro, if you try too hard, if you push too hard, this whole thing can want to backfire. Now, this scene with Brooke, Steve, I think that's his name, Steven, aka Patrick Duffy, and Lucy, it annoys me so much because not only is it one giant waste of time and just clearly there for filler, but it's just Steven sitting there reciting the same crap over and over again. Ridge is supposed to be here to sit there and protect you. Again, they're not married, and she told him to kick rocks for a little bit, so it's not his job to sit there and babysit your daughter. Did you think about hiring some more security for her? Or, I don't know, maybe spending a couple of days there? Instead of just assuming that Ridge's responsibility is still to Brooke, and they're not married anymore. But that's all he does throughout most of this episode is sit there and whine and complain. Hey, he needs to be here. I can't believe he's not here. More the reason for him to be here. I'm like, Patrick Duffy, I feel so bad for you. I really feel so bad for you because they should have just got anybody else to sit there and do this role. Because I know it's not him. And again, I'm like, why do you gotta have this him doing this for? This dude's a legendary actor. Wasn't he on like Dallas and stuff like that and all the other stuff beforehand? There was a legend. You got him to sit there and sit in this room to sit there and whine and complain about Brooke. Whine and complain to Brooke about Ridge for what, 30 minutes that I watched? Come on. Seriously, you can do better than that. As I was sitting there drinking my water, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, did anything else really happen in this episode? No. And of course, that's partly due to the nature of this show, the constant repetitiveness of dialogue. You know, Stefan or Steven, whatever the hell his name was doing that for the last past 3 days. So, what is this, day 4, day 6? I've just lost count. But he's still sitting there doing that. And of course, Brooke is still talking about Ridge and talking about Sheila and how Sheila is out there and she's worried and blah, 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 blah. It just, the whole scene goes absolutely nowhere. It goes absolutely nowhere. Actually, to tell you the truth, this episode, you really stop to think about it, goes nowhere. So if you want to sit there and say, well, let's see, if you're watching this on demand, you got to sit there and watch the whole 30 minutes. So if you don't feel like doing that, watch my video. Or watch how many other people do this? Particularly this one. I know Lanikia does this. Um, Life with Chess. I think it's Jessica. Life with Chess does this. Or you just go on the internet and just read the synopsis. Because, well, at this point, anything will be better than whatever the hell it is I just saw. Which went nowhere. Hopefully, here's the thing. Hopefully Friday will be some sort of a good episode and it'll leave you on a nice cliffhanger. And I think that was kind of the problem. So when this whole thing first started, and we found out that, Bill is actually working with the FBI and Ridge to take down Sheila, it was a great, great, great cliffhanger. And then Monday happened, it was like, oh, okay, there's nothing really going on. It was still a good episode, like their banter back and forth, but it was just like, oh, okay. And then it just started to kind of, it started to go downhill in some ways. I think, again, the only thing that's actually really keeping this, like even this episode, their back and forth with Bill and Ridge just was making this whole thing work. Because if they didn't have that back and forth, that chemistry, well, I guess chemistry, whatever you want to call it, their banter, their hilarious lines and stuff, it would have went flat really fast. So I give it up to the actors, um, the dialogue, the writing of the dialogue for those two, because man, you can tell it's starting to be kind of a problem when Y&R is actually stepping up. Just saying. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Stay safe. If I missed anything, come to the live stream tonight. We have a lot of fun. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday, Saturdays and Sundays for members. If you're not a member, hit the join button. It really does. Not only does it help the channel, but we also have a lot of fun. And on the weekends, I always spill the tea. Always spilling the tea on something. So, anyway, I think that's going to do it. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.